as the Chicago Bears once again is Henry. He is from just south of Chicago, down near Joliet in a town called Braidwood, Illinois. And Henry will be on defense first. And we'll get you right through it here with the abilities on DCroft.
He's got that A-Rod, real simple escape artist identifier. However, he has the X-Factor ability with the Fearless. So when he lights up, the under pressure won't really phase him as much. He has the John Ross with the Slot Apprentice. And then you got to love that center. It's really giving him time. So look for Henry to try to mix in more heat. And then with the offensive playbook, he's in his famous Patriots offensive playbook. And on defense, he's in Green Bay. And then also,
Henry, ability-wise, here's Kimbo. Yeah,
I mean, here it is. We got this Josh Allen that I'm just in love with. I'm done talking about him. Look for everything that I've said he's going to do. Identifier, gunslinger, escape, conductor. He's going to move the ball quick. He's got those wide receivers with those abilities, the John Ross, the Torrey Holtz, to really help with the route running and the catching. And then on defense, he's got the tailor-made secure tackler, and that's about all you're going to see on the defensive side. And for the playbook on offense will be in the West Coast bunch, and on defense, New York Jets.
All right, let's Madden. And it's interesting with that Jets defense. I just got to roll this out there because there's only a couple teams that have gone with the Jets defense. It's Little Man and Henry. Those are the two players, the only two players in this field that could end up 3-0. It is possible. Yeah, I mean, if Henry doesn't win this game, 16-player field, all great players, we might have one 3-0 player coming out of this round, and that would be the 11th rated or ranked player in terms of points in Little Man.
That's actually a funny comparison because although that is true, don't they play the most opposite styles on offense?
Right, same defense, but very different offense. Remember Little Man with the Gale Sayers, just run. Here's some run with Johnson. Oh, and he almost was able to snake on through that CJ2K. Such a popular card when everybody was able to get it with that 99 grade. This is a 90 grade on Chris Johnson. Didn't quite have that push.
And you say if maybe he had the upper grade, he could have gone out there. But that's what I'm talking about. When he sees that formation, he loves the audible down to run the ball. He's going to really try to control this game because versus Henry, you don't want to get in a shootout with him because he has shown what he will do when he played Wesley earlier.
What a fun game that was. Aaron Rodgers will ladle it out. Marquise Brown, who went for 99 yards for DCroft in a game we just saw a little while ago. Not quite 99 there, but it'll take 16.
I look for him to try to slow it down and run the ball here as he's sipping his water. But going back to that last play, his route concepts on that play was unbelievable. And back to this, when he sees this defense, he loves the audible, a dive here with a motion over because he feels like if the blocking's correct, he's going to break one.
Breaking some big plays earlier, that game that we just saw against Rage. And it's almost impossible to think that a guy could have a 99-yard touchdown, a 76-yard touchdown, a pick-6 touchdown, and still lose. But that's what happened to DCroft.
Yeah, Rage really turned it on. I was impressed with him. But back on this game, DCroft, you know, I love the run call. Now he's got to get back in his offense. You're really curious to see if Henry's going to blitz or call coverage, you know, for the majority of this game.
Rodgers standing tall. And Rodgers will fan it out and get Tyreek Hill, who's been a very popular player lately, but not in this particular tournament. Wow, look at that catch.
Well, one thing, I got two things. One thing, he doesn't have abilities on these wide receivers to help catching. So if he gets touched, you got to pray they hang on. My second, you got to check out that pocket work. That was amazing pocket, staying tall, stepping up in the pocket. That I don't do that this year. I could never do it this year. The fact that he's doing it, that's awesome.
Mostert with a carry, and it's interesting that he's got both Mostert and Johnson, and we saw him using Mostert as a tight end earlier today. But to your point about the pocket early here for DCroft, remember in the game that was just played, DCroft against Rage, 9 sacks of Aaron Rodgers in that game. So far, so good here.
Yeah, I just felt like he was trying to go over the top too much, and right here you're seeing him taking the, you know, the short reads, you know, the hot reads. He's really trying to check down more.
This time, though, he gets crushed. And I tell you what, that Marshawn Lattimore play continues to be fantastic for everybody who's got him in this tournament.
Yeah, I need people to follow what I'm about to say here. I don't know if he'll do it here. That's called smart pocket. So with that pocket stepping up, if he takes another sack, he won't be out of field goal range. So I don't want to look wrong when he just draws back and takes a 10-yard sack. But that was smart pocket staying up so he was in field goal range.
Well, Mostert will make sure that it's still field goal range here. And DCroft is trying to take that early lead on a 2-0 Henry today. Not a bad drive. Taking off a lot of clock. And that field goal up and good.
That's about how I thought he would try to control this game. As I said earlier, he's going to take the shorter passes. He's going to try to slow the game down. That route, that play, he didn't even care for the first down. He just didn't want to take a sack. He saw the drag. He got rid of it so he could be in field goal range. He wants to get on defense because he feels like he has some of the best bunch defense in the game.
Henry, remember, in his very first event as a 16-year-old, he made the Madden 20 Classic Grand Final and finished runner-up. Almost took down Serious Mo. What a way to make a rookie debut, setting a new record as youngest runner-up in MCS history. How deep can he go in this tournament? So far today, 2-0.
He can go really deep because I'm telling you, I love this quick snap offense he's got going on, as you see right here.
Allen over the top, and he drops it in to John Ross. 20, 10, 5, gone! Touchdown, Henry, right away.
That's all it is, Josh. It's a quick snap. No one ever runs their bunch anymore to the wide, to the short side. So he comes out. DCroft's probably thinking with his defense adjustments, he's trying to get it off. What's going on? It's just a simple fly route on the outside, bump and run, gets over the top, touchdown. Great call by Henry. I love it.
John Ross had a 76-yard touchdown catch for DCroft last game. This time it's a 74-yarder from Ross as we check the Snickers touchdown replay.
Yeah, just look on that right side before, right there. He just had the bump and run, got off the press, got just right over the top. I always like when these players have a streak on the field because you never know when a broken coverage is going to happen.
As you heard the guys talk about, if DCroft wins this game and has the point differential working for him, he can hopscotch all the way to the top spot if everything breaks right for him. Henry, on the other hand, he's looking to jump into those quarterfinals where Joke and Noah and Little Man are already planted.
And it looks like when he audibles down, Henry's finally found the run defense to blow that up in the backfield. That's something DCroft's going to remember, probably not go back to that run because Henry's shown he's going to blow it up for negative yards.
How active Henry is with his Taylor Mays, dropping him back in coverage now. And Mays is one of the guys there to make that play to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Just really good pocket again, takes the drag, sets up manageable 3rd and 8. This is probably, I'm going to say it, 2-down territory if it's about a 4th and 5. If he takes a sack, probably a punt, but really needs to get a first down on this down.
Late stages of the first quarter. What a fascinating day it's been in this young guns grouping in Group D. Average age not even 20 years old. And there's Marquise Brown. Hello, Hollywood. Move those chains on a nice pitch.
Oh, my goodness. Henry came off the lurk of the post that was wide open, thinking to, DCroft, there's no way I'm going to come off. He takes a risk, and it almost pays off. He was just a step too late. That could have been a pick.
Don't forget, we'll wrap up what's happening with Wesley and Rage when this one is done. You heard Mo talk about how online it's usually Wesley over Rage. Mostert takes a belt right there. And again, unlike yesterday when everything finished up very much in order, right? There was a 3-win player, a 2, a 1, and a 0. This looks like a big jumbled stew here for us this afternoon, this evening.
Yeah, back to that play, he got blitz heavy. And I was real curious how DCroft's going to play if someone blitzes the house at him. And I still am. I don't know how comfortable he's going to be.
Rogers rolling out. Oh, and that's dangerous, floating it deep downfield like that. It is picked by Lattimore. And once again, that Marshawn Lattimore is a big-time player in this tournament, the one-time Ohio State Buckeye.
DCroft got real greedy there, wanted to get all those yards back. It's kind of what I talked about. That's how he struggled as his Frank Clark just gets in. Oh my goodness, look at that. Now he's at the 1. But great defense by Henry, but you got to capitalize when you get a stop. You can't just give him the ball back, and you definitely can't take a safety on this next play.
Frank the Tank right there almost made it 2 points. That was so close. And, you know, 99 yards, we've seen that already today. We saw it not even an hour ago. Underneath, that's not 99, but it is right at the first down sticks.
Oh, my goodness. DCroft had to zone the play, and somehow Henry's wide receiver came down with it and just about double coverage. He caught a break on that because DCroft had really, really good defense on that play.
Still needing a yard, though, here, Skimbo. 3rd down in a 7-3 game. And Josh Allen on the move. It's going to be 4th and 1, and you're so deep in your own territory. You're at your own 15.
This is decisions in Madden. A lot of players go for this. In real football, a lot of players punt it. I actually like to see the punt right here because he's shown he can get stopped versus DCroft. I really actually love the punt right here.
Yeah, I'm with you. In a 7-3 score right now. We've seen a lot of action with DCroft, both for and against, right in the shadow of his end zone. Talked about that 99-yard touchdown, something we've seen in the NFL only 13 times in history, a pass play of 99 yards. Eli Manning to Victor Cruz, the last to do it. That was about 9 years ago now.
Josh, why are you throwing out these stats at me that you know I have no clue any of these, but I love when you educate me because I literally had no idea.
Well, that's why I'm here. You're here to educate me about Madden play. I'm here to be a dork about the NFL. So on a 2nd and 11 right now. And, you know, and real quick, Skimbo, not for nothing, what I love is when that intersects. Because if you go all the way back to when John Madden first got into this with EA in 1984, when he and Trip Hawkins, the EA founder, first started talking about this, John Madden said, I want this to be a way for people to learn football and participate in the game at a sophisticated level. And here are 2 teenagers that could school probably every 50-year-old football fan out there just because of that. It's going to be a 3rd and long now. Jumping jack sacks there for Julius Peppers.
Yeah, back on the game. You're absolutely right. Like I said earlier, I think yesterday, these kids know Hall of Fame players that are ancient, old, and they know exactly who they are because they play this ultimate team, and they understand, even though it is a video game, there is real-life concepts in Madden.
Such a great intersection of new school and old school, no question. That's a tough throw, and it's going to just blaze out of bounds here. So as we approach 2 minutes left in the half, it's a low-scoring 7-3 game and more punters on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I like the punt call here too, and it almost got blocked somehow. Great punt, getting it out of bounds. But Henry, good job by both, staying composed. You get turned over. Sometimes you feel like you ought to get greedy on defense. They played good, sound defense. Someone needs to try to take control of this game, and Henry's in a really good spot where he could take full control.
Skimbo, when you're Henry and you know you're already 2-0, you know you're going forward one way or another, does that make you play any differently, or is he so hungry for that bye that he's going to go all out here?
Josh, you really want that bye as you see this route combo here. I love it. Looks like everything's going to be guarded. He's going to throw it away. But back to your question, I love to get that 1 seed, but that's something I want to talk about earlier, because sometimes being the 1 seed you're going to see next week, you get more money. But when the guy has to play, you just came off a win and he's hot, are you going to be cold your first game of the day? But yes, if I'm him, I definitely want that 1 seed because I don't want to play an extra game.
Allen hums it over there to Torrey Holt to move the chains. 1:45 left in the half.
Great O-line protection that Frank Clark's really fighting. Just watch it. Watch that battle of the beef going on the line of scrimmage. Look at that star on the Bengals, Frank Clark. He's going to be trying to throw people off of him as he sends the heat and gets home.
Oh, you bring some Ed Reed, and that's a guy that has been added since the LCQ for DCroft. He added Ed Reed, he added Frank Clark. And that Frank Clark edition, I heard Serious Mo talk about it earlier, that power-mongering Kansas City Chief. That's a big addition, I think, for DCroft. Allen slings it far sideline. The tight end, Kellen Winslow, will get near the first down sticks. Boy, he needed 22 yards for the first down. He got 20 of them.
And I love what Henry did there. This is what I expect from him. That's smart. He did a sneaky chew clock because he really didn't think he was going to get in this position. So he tried to take clock from DCroft without him thinking, should I call a timeout? So he got it to 36 seconds. Now he's in manageable and he calls one of his timeouts. I absolutely love the clock management by Henry right now.
Once again for Henry, point differential, even if he wins, going to be perhaps a big deal. There's another blazing in from Reed. This is going to bring up 4th and 9.
Yeah, but look, here's the deal. By that chew clock, if he doesn't do that and snaps the ball, DCroft gets the ball with about 50 seconds to a minute with 2 timeouts. Because he snuck in that chew clock, DCroft gets this ball with only 26 seconds and 2 timeouts. That is next level by Henry, in my opinion.
Again, Henry just turned 17 last month. And, you know, one good thing I got to tell you here is we're all operating from our home offices, if you will. I loved learning from Henry that his dad is an IT guy. So if anything goes wrong, I think we're in good shape in Braidwood, Illinois. Mostert turning the corner, and he'll barge forward. Still 21 seconds to go.
When you see plays like that happen, it almost makes you wish you would have invested a little bit more in someone about, you know, 99 speed, because he could have got out. But, you know, Henry, speaking on Henry, just personal life, I can't remember who it was, but I met someone related to him out at the club championship, and I got to tell you, he's got a really good support system back home that really loves him playing Madden.
Mom and Dad both super supportive. I think it's the perfect combo when we're all stuck at home. Dad in IT, Mom's a chef. You can't do it better than that. 7-3 our score at the half, and literally one of these that can swing either way. We've had a lot of those today. That's fun when you get those. And we'll show you in just a moment or two how everything can be going either way in this very interesting Group D. Winslow's got to just jump on that. But Skimbo, follow me for a second here. In a 7-3 game at a halftime. Again, Henry's looking to go 3-0. He knows he's going forward one way or another, but 3-0, it's an absolute that he is the #1 seed coming out of this group. Let's show you the board. And if DCroft and Rage end up winning, say goodbye to Wesley. Wesley's got to get things going here, and again, we'll update you on that game pretty soon. If Henry and Rage win, Wesley's gone. If Henry and Wesley win, Henry clinches first in that 3-way tie for second and third. That is big time. That's going to be all about point differentials, head-to-heads, get out our slide rules, and make James Coe really earn his money when he explains it to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting what happens here. I'm curious to find out. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is the game that we have right now is a really, really good game.
Alan DCroft held to just the 3 points again in that game he just played before this one. He found his way to 21 points with some big plays, including the 99-yard touchdown to Marquise Brown. Now, I guess that's a question to ponder now. Will either of these guys, Skimbo, look for the big strike? I mean, Henry's a guy that's known to be able to bust one deep. Will he go for that or just keep on taking it down in chunks of 10 and 15?
He's always going to look for the big plays. He takes a sack and the defense gets home. He's always going to look for a big play. But I know Henry's up 7-3 with ball. But if you were to tell me DCroft only had 3 points and has been turned over 2 or 3 times, I would have said the score would have been 21-3 Henry. So the fact that it's this, I think DCroft's in a good spot.
3 sacks for Ed Reed already in this game, by the way. And the Buffalo Bill, Mr. Allen, is dragged down close to the end zone again. And it's Baker who got him. Don't forget, Jerome Baker is a heck of a player in Madden this year.
Hey, I got to throw some respect on DCroft's bait game. His bait game is crazy. He just baited a post route to the streak, to the post to the streak. He wiggled his thing. It really reminds me, I always tell people little man's bait is really good. That was some little man bait right there.
Once again, Allen just gets smoked to bring up a 4th and 21, and you're punting from your end zone.
Like I said, if you were to tell me that this is how it's going to go down, that Henry would have been stopped this many times, and DCroft only had 3 points, I would have said you're crazy. But it goes back to what I'm saying. DCroft is going to try to slow this game down. He's going to get a chance to return this punt.
And he's got Ed Reed, who will swivel upfield to the 35. And we've seen the raw emotion from DCroft, Skimbo, when things go well for him. And, you know, Henry's got that kind of flatline look to him sometimes, but with the other guy, with DCroft, he's got the energy of a Price is Right contestant, right? I mean, when he's won the Showcase Showdown.
Well, if you really watch Price is Right, if you get it and you're within $200, you get both of them, all right? I'm a big Price is Right guy. I've watched it all my life. But back to this game, I look for him to continue to take what's underneath. Don't look for something deep. He needs to put a nice drive together.
Some Plinko for Skimbo would be a fun thing to orchestrate at some point. What did you see on that last play that went for only 2 yards?
Well, I saw he could have fumbled the ball. If you know anything about Madden, once that quarterback gets past that line of scrimmage, and my buddies text me all the time, yo, Skim, why does this Madden always make my quarterback fumble? I said, play on conservative if you're tired of getting sacked, fumble. But once you get past that line of scrimmage, whether you're on conservative or not, you have a high chance of fumbling at all times.
Rodgers flares it out. Mostert's got it. And with a big third down coming up, I want to ask you, Skimbo, educate me if you will. Ryan Jensen has got some abilities, right? Secure, protector, post up, and DCroft loves doing that. How come his Aaron Rodgers keeps getting sacked and harassed?
because he's in a heat. You can hold your block, but if someone comes in free, there ain't an ability that can do something for you, okay? So when you see Henry send the goons, it don't matter what ability he has.
Goons are coming, and Aaron Rodgers is dragged down again.
Josh, I swear you set me up to make me look good because you just put me on that. And I told you, if you send the heat, if there's too many people coming that you can't block, it does not matter what kind of ability you have. Now, if he only rushed 4 or 5, that's one thing. But when you send 6 or 7, that's a completely different story.
You don't need me to make you look good, son. That's something you do just with having a mirror in your room. 3-time belt winner Michael Skimbo with you. I'm the noob. I'm Josh Lewin, and it's great to have you guys with us here today. And next week is going to be lit. It's going to be fantastic. Great players stepping up. Allen sliding forward.
Oh, man. Okay, so Henry's really trying to get his bunch back together. DCroft's playing unbelievable defense. I was kind of like earlier, why did he switch defense? But I like this defense that he's in. It's the same concept, except his 2 DNs aren't in a 3-point stance. They're in a 2-point stance. That means they're just on their feet. They're not putting a hand on the ground, so it really helps them to be able to hold their contains.
Josh Allen this time is dragged down, so DCroft supplies some heat, and again, some of the changes he made, bringing on Frank Clark and bringing on Shaq and bringing on, I mean, there's 3 or 4 adjustments he made from LCQ to now. It seems like they're all paying off.
Absolutely. I love this defense he's playing. The thing that's bad is his offense, but if you're Henry, I don't know how many reps he's had versus this defense, but he's trying to put something together.
Allen steps into the throw. He's got Samuels. The running back finds his way forward.
Hey,
4th and 6 is not hung on to, though.
Yeah, great lurk by DCroft. He didn't get there to pick it, but he got there to knock it out of his hands because he left. I'm telling you, DCroft's got some crazy bait on him because if Henry would have held the ball for 1 more second, he had a clear dot on the left side. But DCroft playing the offense with them, looking what's open, just takes off, forgets his responsibility. Henry throws it, he breaks it up. This is high-level defense of Madden that we're seeing from these 2 competitors right now.
And with DCroft, the former All-State soccer player, he's so well prepared. You heard him talking to Evan Rayner earlier today about how the soccer has really prepared him well for Madden. And here's no preparation at all for that edge rush coming from a cornerback. Down goes Aaron Rodgers.
And that's what I'm kind of talking about. He went to his cover 3 bomb play to get over the top. He had to hang on to the ball for a while. He just got sacked, didn't have enough time.
We enter the 4th quarter. A much lower scoring game, I think, than we thought we would see. We got DCroft coming off a 24-21 game. Henry's played a 31-24 game. but it's all about the D in Group D. Until maybe now, John Ross over the top. He could not hang on.
I'm just going to say it, man, because you know I'm big on abilities as far as we've been calling games. I mentioned it earlier. He doesn't have a single as he's going to snap the ball and look for something right here on the right side. He got it. Wow. But what I'm talking about earlier, he doesn't have these abilities on these wide receivers. That was everyone else has streak specialists. He does not. So when he threw that ball up in the air, you just got to pray you catch it. And he dropped. He got hit by the feet and it just fell out of his hands.
Down 7-3. DCroft, big-time Seahawks fan, actually playing as the Bengals because young Kiv grabbed the Seahawks. DCroft still in that coach's shirt of the Seahawks, though, and trying to find his way downfield like a good 12 would do. I know he's playing at Pizza Hut Stadium here. He's not actually in Seattle as he's looking at it, but he's got to be feeling that Seahawks comeback mojo. That's a team that knows how to do that.
Great route. That's what I look for him to do, is just keep taking underneath, and then shock you and go over the top.
We've got about 4 minutes left in quarter number 4. And from the 44, taking a shot. Does he have Ross? He does! The Washington Husky. Might as well keep it in Seattle, huh? Even if you're wearing the Bengals jerseys, it is now 10-7 for DCroft.
That's just kind of what I was looking for. He went underneath. Henry got greedy. Since he put his corner on that side in a hard flat to play underneath, that was Henry's responsibility. He was there. He just wasn't there good enough. He was a step too late, and DCroft hit him over the top.
Check the replay. Rodgers, good pocket. Taylor Mays going back, couldn't get it.
And all he did, you heard DCroft just catch the ball. He knows he has him. He just prays he doesn't cough it up if he would have got hit. Fortunately, he didn't get touched, and that's a huge play.
Josh Allen serves it over to Torrey Holt. And if Henry can kind of dink and dunk his way down the field here, Skimbo, I would think the best possible thing for Henry is get it close, score the touchdown with 30 seconds left. I mean, you absolutely don't want to settle for just a field goal. First things first, got to get it downfield. Some more harassing coming in from Ed Reed.
Yeah, it's great that he has conductor and he quick snap, but that's what I talked about earlier. Really think things through, because, you know, DCroft is sending only 5 people sometimes and he's getting home, and, you know, Henry's just not having a hot read on the field for him. And if he does, he's just barely missing him.
This battle of the teenagers heating up late as Allen takes off, and he's dragged down about 5 yards away from where he needed to get. Actually make it a 3rd and 7 coming up.
You guys just need to watch this match concept with these linebackers and corners. These match concepts that's matching onto this running back is unbelievable.
One more.
Once again, it's DCroft bringing the heat, and once again some pay dirt when he goes with Frank Clark.
I'm telling you, I like the punt right here because this was a tough down to get. DCroft's defense, it's matching, it's playing just so great. And then he's got that Frank Clark that's just eating away right now.
And remember, he got through LCQs without Frank Clark. It's the biggest addition he made to his roster. And I think if DCroft ends up winning this game, and remember, if he wins it by as many as 18 points, he could actually be the #1 guy coming out of this group. I think the biggest thing he did was earlier this week. Nothing he did today. It was that he added Frank Clark to his roster.
Absolutely, and he's come out in this new style of defense that he wasn't playing. Well, it was similar because, like I said, he's in this other nickel, whereas DNs are in 2-point stance instead of nickel normal, where they're in 3-point stance with the hand on the ground. But it's basically the same concept. It's just he's able to contain better going against bunch.
Past the 2-minute warning, and Henry desperately needing the ball back. And that just might help.
Just here, I mean, this is it, guys. With the 40 seconds and the runoff and only 2 timeouts, a first down right here wins you this game.
3rd and 12, and he's got some good receivers. Can he find any of them, though? Rodgers hit, Rodgers down. big play from that D. And a timeout.
Come on, bro. One drive.
I'm just watching, and you know what? We talk about his pocket, but he kind of stepped up into that sack. If he would have just stayed still and not stepped up at all, because they held that block. He stepped up, and it gave that DT no choice but to just go backwards for a sack. I know DCroft's wondering why his guys didn't hold up. Well, on that occasion, that's why.
All right, so now Henry has got to navigate past this revamped DCroft defense. Adding Ed Reed, adding Frank Clark. We've talked about Denzel Ward, who's got a pick 6 today for DCroft. Talk about a guy like Ryan Shazier, who will be out there. Allen going down. Oh, and he got Ross! He got Ross!
God, I think so much, bro. I think so much, bro.
Oh,
I promise I seen it.
Goodness.
I
thought DCroft's user was going to get there, and then Henry just trusts it, throws it, and by literally probably an inch or two, it's a huge touchdown for Henry.
54 yards to Ross, and just as we're talking about the defense of DCroft, never mind, one play, and it's 14-10. A minute 34 to go. Let's go back and give it a look here, Skimbo, our replay.
Just rolling right, has 2 post routes, 1 deep post, 1 just more sharp post, goes with the 1 over the top and barely beats that guy, and it's a touchdown. That's a huge play.
All right, DCroft, what you got? 14-10 with a minute 34 to go. 3 timeouts at his disposal. And Aaron Rodgers will tuck it and run and get about 8.
I'm telling you, and I keep saying it, in other Maddens, you have 2 timeouts with this much time. This is easy. Even though he doesn't need to rush, he kind of does, because with this chew clock that's going on, this clock is not his friend at all. Other Maddens, this would be easy. And this Madden, this is challenging for him to put it together, a touchdown drive.
Take it.
On the sidelines, right there was Tyreek Hill, kind of a forgotten weapon. It is 1st and 10 with a $1:25 to go. And just a reminder, if Henry does win this game, he will secure the quarterfinal hop. He doesn't have to worry about anything at all in the wild card round. He goes right to the quarterfinals. On 1st and 10, Rodgers deep for Marquise Brown, and Marquise Brown brings it down.
I didn't get the freaking thing going.
Oh my goodness, Hollywood Brown. I'm watching it. He gets pressed. He gets him over the top, and he trusts. I thought he was throwing the corner out to the left. He depended on Hollywood Brown's speed to get over the top, and he does. Now he's in a great spot.
Rodgers tucks, fires out of bounds. Now, a couple of things to ponder, I'm sure, here, Skimbo. Yeah, you want to take the lead, obviously, but if you do it right away, well, you're only up 3, and Henry's got some time to do some magic.
It don't matter, Josh. You got to take it how you get it, man. If you got a touchdown, you do it now. You don't mess around. You got to get your touchdown. Who cares if you give Henry time? You got to get 7.
DCroft trying to come back. Down 4, flings to the end zone. There's that man again.
Daniel.
There's John Ross.
Fucking stop!
Nope.
Golly, you see the emotion? Oh my God, he puts him on a streak. He's been famous for this motion over out route streak. He throws the seam streak and gets it. No abilities needed. John Ross holds on to the ball.
And now, can DCroft hold on to the lead? We mentioned it. If you put it in the end zone right away, you're giving Henry a chance. And you know, you're just going to look at a field goal to force overtime. I mean, you get it down about 40, 45 more yards, at least you've got that. Henry would love the jackpot, though. He'd love to win it with a walk-off touchdown. Cannot take a sack here. And he almost did.
It's almost scary, because a lot of people would just send heat and try to take it underneath. However, this Josh Allen can get out of the pocket, and the last thing you want to do for someone with a good bunch is let him outside the pocket.
Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bill, surveys and gets belted. And again, with only 1 timeout left, that's key. It's now 3rd and 16.
He's going to go for this, obviously, but look, if he gets a first down here, he will burn that timeout immediately.
Allen firing on the run. Tough opportunity, and Ross somehow, Ross some way. He is in business. Henry's dancing.
Oh my gosh, the biggest break, one of the biggest breaks I've seen in this tournament. DCroft user looked a little janky, but honestly, it was there. It should have made a play. Henry he just got a huge break.
John Ross giveth and John Ross taketh away for DCroft. 28 seconds to go. Allen out of bounds. And again, don't take the sack here, right? That's the big thing.
Absolutely, and DCroft, who loves to just send three, sent about 5 right there. And look at Henry, he's playing for overtime right now. He understands he can't lose any yards.
Would be a 50-yard field goal right now. Sam Ficken is his kicker. Kellen Winslow, that is a safe call right there. Although he did lose 1 yard, actually.
Hey, and we might see some ice, baby. I hope we get to see a game-tying field goal with some ice on it. Please let there be some ice.
To force overtime. I don't know. Oh, man. It sneaks in there, barely over the crossbar.
This has just been everything that I thought it would be. This is an unbelievable game. It had so much right on. He might have a chance to get out of there.
Come on. Come on. Mostert, are you kidding? Are you kidding? That's how it ends. That's how it ends.
Let's go! Give it to me back then!
Squid kick.
Oh.
We just made Skimbo
gosh.
speechless.
I'm in just disbelief. I know I just got hurt around the house and around. I just can't believe what I just witnessed.
The Purdue Boilermaker is the maker of magic for DCroft. Mostert on the kick return. And with zeros on the clock all the way downfield, 23-17, walk-off style right after the game-tying field goal. And for Henry, playing it safe as it turned out was not enough. He's 2-1, and DCroft is 2-1. And Skimbo, that is one for the ages right there. You've got Henry just trying to kind of shrug it off. I mean, he's had a great day either way and still might be #1 in this field. But all we know right now is we just saw the most exciting finish in 4 days worth of Madden.